with racing the first moment I did it. Like some people watch racing and fall in love. I experienced it and immediately said, okay, what do I have to do to make this last for a career? And did everything since then with that in focus. That started at 11 years old. As a young driver, my dream was to be a competitive racer, and it didn't matter what series it was in. I didn't have any expectations about what series. If it was lawnmower racing, if it was like snowmobile racing, it was just about the competition for me. If I'm not competing, then what am I doing it for? Marc Miller, professional race car driver, driver coach, father, husband. Typical test day starts early. You've got to be there at 7. For the team, it starts the day before. You've got to travel to all these races. So we are there the day before, and we don't leave until everything is done. Test days are not about results. They're not about trophies. They're not about who wins and who gets on a podium and sprays champagne. It doesn't matter. It's about the work. The work is to develop the car. The work is to train the drivers in the car. The work is to practice the things that we're going to be doing weeks later, sometimes months later, at that track again in competition. Most people see professional race car drivers on the internet, on TV. They read about them in Auto Week and sports magazines, and they see 0.5% of what the actual life is like. So they don't see the sacrifices, they don't see the time away, they don't see any of that. They just see the podiums, they see short racing clips, they see 2 wheels up in the air over a curb, all the cool stuff that we like to share.
So you pit in there, I just didn't see that, I can't turn around. I'll see it.
I'll show you pit in.
I start right there. Middle of that curve?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Open up.
Driver meeting, mandatory. Track walk, mandatory. And then we get started shortly after that.
It's a very fast corner. Basically transition all the way out. And then you can read the track here with the rubber buildup, but you're in relatively deep. The goal is to point the nose, get your down.
The coaching side of racing is really the other part of the career. Like if you have a driver that's 5 seconds off the pace and you can get them 3 seconds off the pace, that's a huge thing. And it didn't make you any faster, and it doesn't make you any more special of a race driver, but your team is better. And you've got to look at the big picture when it comes to being a pro racer.
Just a slight little breathe, signal, point the car down and the back to full. This is, you have to picture it as from that first corner to the right. This is
We struggle when we come test. Like you go to a race weekend and you think what you have as far as a race package isn't performing like it should. It's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. We run through a variety of scenarios. You know, you may come to a test and the weather is perfect, and then come to the race 2 weeks later and it's 20 degrees hotter and the car is not anything like what you've been spending 2 days with before, and then you start all over. But information that you've developed, things you've tried, if you're doing the right things, you're making steps forward. Part of me finds a little bit of solace in that. It's the challenge of, okay, how do we take this bag of lemons and we squeeze some lemonade out of it and really make the car work better?
Tell me if I'm wrong here. I feel like you've progressed enough this morning, we can start making setup changes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And right now it's on medium.
It's currently on medium in the front, medium in the rear. We started off soft on the rear for Mark and then went to medium. So to get back to where we were unloading, if we went stiff on the front.
Gotcha.
So I feel that in the front. I feel like as you get into the corner and you can add more steering, you pick up a lot of grip, and then it's too much, and then the balance is off, and then you're kind of modulating through. So you almost need to
either speed up or just strengthen that transition and give it more platform, so you or trust more steering angle. It may not have peak mechanical grip in the very center, but the entry and the exit, it's a lot more consistent. And then we may be able to get the center back with a stiffer rear.
Yeah, I don't think there's many drivers that don't question themselves. I definitely would question myself from time to time. If I would have listened to myself for those times, I would have quit 20 years ago. There's always that one moment where you are like in the right situation and you're able to extract everything out of yourself and you realize like, oh yeah, okay, I was meant to do that. All right, let's move on with our lives. The hardest part about racing is literally being away from your family, being separated in that way, and kind of living part of your life on the road.
Congratulations, you graduated your class, your grade, you finished school, you don't have to go back until after summer.
You have to choose between your professional life and your personal life every day.
Hey, Tango. Why the long face?
And that's the hard part about all of it is, you know, you get a call and said, hey, we'd like you to come test for an opportunity to go to one of the world's biggest races in the world. And you go, I don't know. I got a busy packed schedule at home, taking kids to school and, you know, doing dishes and all these things. What makes it easy is when your wife goes, oh, you've got to go. Just like we have a team here, you have to have a team at home too. Adversity, frustrations, all those things, you can just kind of, this shall pass, like go work through it. And then you can tell your wife, or it's like, oh man, guess what happened today? Oh yeah, the door fell off the side of the plane. That happened. In the race car, things like happen all the time. Belts will come loose, the door is fluttering open, a steering wheel come off, and then deal with it and move on and go, I survived. It wasn't a bad deal. Like, get over it, it's okay. Success for me is respect. Respect for my competitors, respect for my family, my kids, my wife, my friends. I almost hope that when people meet me, the racer side of like, oh, he's a racer, becomes like a distant, just a moniker. You're not defined by any one thing. I happen to be a race car driver, but also to be a good father and a good husband and a good friend and a good business partner and all of these things. You know, a career is vast, should be 20, 30 years. That's any career, should be that long. And we have the opportunity to do that. And if you think everything lives and dies by the result of one race, then I think you're on the wrong track.